Hi, my name is Aaron, and I'm here with Hannah, Aisha, Deandra, Harley, and Min, and we'll be going over reservoirs of infection and disease transmission.
Hi, my name is Min Lee. I'm going to be going over through the concepts of epidemiology. Epidemiology is a study of how disease spread or
Eight.
their distribution and what causes the disease in a population. There's two types, communicable and non-communicable. Communicable means that it is transferable and is transmitted from host to host via kissing or sharing a drink. Non-communicable means that it does not transmit from host to host. Endemic means that it is a disease that is constantly present in the population, such as the common colds in America. Sporadic means there's a few cases from year to year. Epidemic means there's an unusually large amount of cases at a time. Outbreak means there's a specific amount of group of cases at a specific time and in population. Pandemic means that it's like a global issue, and this would be like AIDS. Attack rate is the percentage of people that become ill after exposure. Basic reproductive number is the amount of secondary cases derived from that one single case or yeah. Incidence is the number of new cases. Prevalence is the total number of cases of the disease. Morbidity is the number of incidents or cases of that disease. Mortality is the overall death cases, and case fatality rate is the percent of population that dies from the specific disease. One of them would be Ebola, and is very highly feared because it has a high fatality rate. Thank you.
Okay. Hi, my name is Harley. The chain of infection outlines the 6 steps for the spread of infectious diseases. Each link represents an important step that allows infection to continue. So, starting with an infectious agent, this includes a reservoir where the agent lives, a portal of exit to leave the reservoir, and a mode of transmission to reach another host. It enters a new host through a portal of entry and finally requires a susceptible host to continue spreading. By breaking any of these links, we can prevent infection. Something as simple as just hand hygiene or vaccines are examples of how we interrupt this chain to control disease spread.
Hello, my name is Hannah. Reservoirs of infection refers to the natural environment where a pathogen lives and multiplies. This can be on a mammal or the environment. This influences the severity or spread of the disease. In infected humans, these are key reservoirs for many communicable diseases, often being the only source, which makes control easier. Diseases exclusive to humans are typically more manageable compared to those involving non-human animals or the environment. The successful eradication of smallpox serves as a prime example, achieved through widespread vaccination and isolating infected individuals, effectively eliminating the virus by removing its human reservoir. So for symptomatic infections, individuals with symptomatic illnesses are significant sources of infectious agents. Ideally, they should take precautions such as staying at home while unwell to facilitate recovery and protect others. However, even those who are careful can unknowingly transmit infections, as seen in COVID-19, where individuals can spread the virus during the incubation period before symptoms appear. For asymptomatic carriers, some individuals can carry a pathogen without showing any symptoms, acting as disease carriers. These asymptomatic carriers may shed the microbe intermittently or constantly over long periods, often without realizing they're spreading it due to the absence of clinical signs. This creates challenges in controlling diseases like COVID, as many infected individuals do not exhibit symptoms, prompting healthy individuals to stay home during peak pandemic phases. Similarly, sexually transmitted infections like chlamydia often go unnoticed in around 80% of those infected, leading to unintentional transmission. Additionally, some pathogenic microbes can colonize skin or mucosal surfaces, becoming part of a person's microbiota. And then for non-human animal reservoirs are the origin of numerous pathogens, and managing these sources can be especially challenging, particularly within wild animal populations. So for example, plague, rodents, including rats, rock squirrels, and prairie dogs, are known to harbor the bacteria that cause plague. And then rabies, which is mainly found in the United States, are carried by raccoons, skunks, and bats. Diseases such as plague and rabies that can be transmitted to humans but exist primarily in other animals are called zoonotic diseases or zoonosis. Zoonotic diseases are often more severe in humans than in the typical animal host because the infection in humans is accidental. There has been no evolution towards the balanced pathogenicity that normally exists between host and parasite. And then finally, we have environmental. Both of the following are commonly found in soil. Pathogens with environmental reservoirs are challenging or even impossible to eradicate. So these examples are Clostridium botulinum, which causes botulism, and Clostridium tetani, which causes tetanus.
Hi, my name is Deandra, and first I'm going to be talking about portals of exit. By definition, portals of exit are a place where infectious agents leave the host to find a new host. A few portal of exit examples include microorganisms that inhabit the intestinal tract being shed in the feces and organisms that inhabit the skin being constantly shed on skin cells. Some of these skin cells shed may or may not have Staphylococcus aureus on their surface. Vibrio cholerae is an intestinal pathogen that causes severe diarrhea and can contaminate drinking water and food. Next, I'm going to be talking about portals of entry. Portals of entry are a place of entry of microorganisms into the host, and for pathogens released into the air, the nose is the portal of entry. Intestinal pathogens must be ingested. However, the Shigella pathogen series has an infectious dose of about 10 to 100 cells shared by casual contact, but only causes disease when transported to the mouth. And when fecal organisms are ingested, the transfer is called fecal-oral transmission.
There are two types of disease transmission, one being vertical transmission, where this is when a disease is transmitted from a pregnant mother to a fetus or a mother to an infant through breastfeeding. There's also horizontal transmission, and this is a disease transmitted from person to person through the air, contact, ingestion, or through a vector. Transition can be either through direct or indirect contact. For direct transmission, this is when the infection is immediately transferred to the portal of entry by means such as direct contact, which can include touch, like handshakes or even sexual intercourse. This is easiest when the infection dose is low, like Shigella, and can be avoided through hand washing. Some pathogens, though, cannot survive in the environment and require sexual contact. This includes diseases such as Treponema pallidum and Neisseria gonorrhea. In droplet transmission, it can spread disease when infectious people have leave pathogen containing droplets in the air for others to directly inhale. This can be avoided by covering your mouth when you cough or sneeze, or like wearing a mask, like how we did during COVID times. Indirect transmission can occur through airborne, which can be airborne, and that's illnesses transmitted by droplets released from talking, sneezing, or coughing. And that would be like droplet nuclei, which are microbes attached to dried material and can remain suspended and inhaled into the lungs. This was the main concern for the spread of COVID-19. It is harder to contain the spread for this one in a larger crowd. Other airborne particles can also include dead skin, dirt, etc. Some other modes of transmission can be vehicle-borne illnesses, which can be transmitted through objects, food, or water. This can happen when a sick person touches an inanimate object and someone else grabs onto it afterwards. Food and water can also get contaminated and spread through ingestion. Vector-borne illnesses, though, are when living organisms can carry pathogens such as mosquitoes, fleas, flies, lice, and ticks. Two types of vectors can be mechanical vectors, which carry microbes on top of their body and can transmit diseases wherever they end up. So, and biological vectors can take part in the pathogen's life cycle. For example, malaria, which grows inside of mosquitoes.
Hello, my name is Asia, and I'll be talking about how the Christian aspect plays into microbiology. So, when it comes to the Christian worldview and science worldview, there could be several debates about who's right or wrong, but we're not here to debate the differences. Instead, we're here to communicate the connection between microbiology and a Christian perspective. Now, we know that microbiology is the study of organisms that are too small to be seen with the human eye. But we have created a way to observe and witness a whole nother world that we never knew existed. And we came upon that path purely based on curiosity, which led to a significant breakthrough in human history. But how does that play into the Christian perspective? Well, in Genesis chapter 1, verse 30, it states, "To every beast on earth, and to every fowl of the air, and to everything that creepeth upon the earth, wherein there is life." From the beginning, this verse suggests that all of creation, visible and invisible, from towering trees to tiny microbes, was brought into existence by God. Microbiology reveals that hidden yet essential roles that unseen organisms play, which balances life on Earth in cycles of healing, illness, and renewal. But that's not all. In Genesis chapter 1, verse 31, it also says, "And God saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good." From a Christian standpoint, the existence and function of microbes highlight the complexity and the brilliance of God's creation, which emphasizes the whole connectedness of all life. It lives as a constant reminder of humanity's duty to responsibly steward and care for the world and to each other. But if we were to dive deeper into Proverbs chapter 3, verse 23, it says that, "Withhold not good from them to whom it is due, when it is the power of thine hand to do it." So when the discovery of microbiology came to light, we also discovered various ways to stop viruses, infections, and bacteria, especially from spreading, from providing a cure or antidote to do so. Not to mention, we are able to create some kind of cure with the resources that was given to us by this land we call Earth. Of course, we don't have the answer to everything, and we still cross upon groundbreaking discoveries, even like every here and there. But we still tend to use it or understand it to the best of our abilities to help mankind from all over the globe. And then last but not least, in Luke chapter 9, verse 2, it is written, "And he sent them to preach the kingdom of God and to heal the sick." Every man is born the same, but not every man is brought into the world differently. How we distinguish ourselves from others is our personality, the brain that lies within our skull, that lights the energy of our thoughts, our knowledge, and what makes us a person. The way we see things differently as a person is what helps guide each other to a path we never knew existed. There is never one solution to a problem, but it is our job to find one even if we don't see each other's vision. Doctors, scientists, and researchers, they're always finding a new way, a new solution, a new world, and they share it with others because this is for the world to know. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, brings us to the end of our presentation. Thank you for taking the time to listen to our information, and we hope you have a wonderful day.